I moved into my new apartment 3 weeks ago. It was cheap, a little old, and the walls were thin, but it was mine. The first few nights were normal. Distant street noise, the hum of the old pipes, the occasional creak of someone moving upstairs. Nothing unusual. Then I started noticing my neighbor. I've never actually seen them, but I know they're there. Every night, between 2 and 3 a.m., I hear movement, slow, deliberate footsteps pacing back and forth. Sometimes there's a soft tapping, like fingertips dragging along my side of the wall. I figured they were just a night owl, maybe a shift worker, someone with a weird schedule. But after a few nights, I realized something strange. The footsteps never start or stop. No sound of a door opening. No shuffle of someone getting into bed or sitting down. Just pacing. A perfect rhythm, back and forth. After a week, I decided to introduce myself. That evening, I knocked on their door. No answer. I left a note, just something simple. "Hey, I live next door. Let me know if you ever need anything." That night, at exactly 2:17 a.m., I heard it. 3 slow knocks. Not from their apartment. From inside my closet. I barely slept. The next morning, I checked the apartment directory. My stomach dropped when I saw the unit next to mine listed as vacant. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they just hadn't updated the records. But when I asked the landlord, he frowned. "No one's lived there in years," he said. "Not since the last guy." I waited for him to continue, but he just shook his head and walked away. That night, I shoved a chair in front of my closet door and tried to ignore the tapping. At 2:17 a.m., it started again. Knocking, soft at first, then a little harder, a little more insistent. But it wasn't coming from the closet this time. It was coming from under my bed. I held my breath, staring at the ceiling, frozen in place. Slowly, the knocking moved, a slow drag of knuckles against the floor, sliding from one end of the bed to the other. Then, silence. I don't know how long I stayed like that, waiting for something to happen. Eventually, exhaustion won. When I woke up, sunlight was streaming through my window. For a brief moment, I let myself believe it was just a nightmare, until I saw my closet door, wide open, and on the floor, just peeking out from underneath my bed, was a note. It wasn't mine, and it only had 3 words. "I found you."